So we got some more bad news from the Trump administration, their oil policy. Here's what's happening. Well, here's the headline from the AP. Trump moves to vastly expand offshore drilling. Why would Trump do that? Why would Trump? I don't get it. Why? I wish. Well, let's go. The Trump administration on Thursday moved to vastly expand offshore drilling from the Atlantic to the Arctic Oceans with a plan that would open up federal waters off the California coast for the first time in more than 3 decades. The new 5-year drilling plan also could open new areas of oil and gas exploration in areas off the East Coast from Georgia to Maine, where drilling has been blocked for decades. Many lawmakers in those states support offshore drilling. Although the Democratic governors of North Carolina and Virginia oppose drilling off their states' coasts, Florida Governor Rick Scott, a Republican, also opposes offshore drilling near his state, as do the 3 Democratic governors on the West Coast. This is a draft program, Zinke said in a conference call with reporters. Nothing is final yet, and our department is continuing to engage the American people to get to our final product. So, goddamn Trump. Trump is expanding oil production. What kind of a maniac? I wish we had Barack Obama. He would never do something like that, except, boom, here's why Obama is approving Arctic drilling again. Oh my God. U.S. reverses decades of oil export limits with Obama's backing. That's why you have pipelines underneath the country. That's why Barack Obama did that. Before Barack Obama, you couldn't export fracked gas, you couldn't export oil, you couldn't export any fossil fuels outside the United States. Barack Obama reversed that. Who does that help? Who do you think that helps? Us, the people, the citizens? No. Not at all. It helps his donors. And bam, America's biggest oil boom came under Obama. I think dude, Steph is here and Ron's here. Do you have statistics to help back that up?
It went up about 88% compared
Yes.
from Obama to the Bush years.
So from the Bush years to the Obama years, the oil production went up 88%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was around 5.8 million barrels, and then it went up to about 9.4, approximate. You can, yeah.
That's
correct.
That's the data you have also, Steph.
Yep.
So again, everybody's upset because Trump's doing it. When Barack Obama did it, I didn't hear a peep. Here Trump is doing it. Hopefully people will be upset now. So that's, again, playing along with what we've always said before the election. Even Trump rips the pretty face off the horrible stuff our government's been doing for decades.
You know, in fact, Jimmy, one more statistic. In 2015, the U.S. pumped the most oil in 43 years.
In what year?
2015.
In 2015, who was president? Barack Obama. And the United States pumped the most gas they had in 43 years. Or oil, I'm sorry, oil.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So again, yes, Trump is horrible. Trump is the logical conclusion to this.
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, this stuff will always go under report. I mean, this happened recently. I have not heard a peep from the corporate media about it, and it doesn't matter who sits in office. You can't vote against this stuff, and you're not going to hear an honest report on it because every third commercial in corporate media cable news is from the oil and gas company, and again, they're not trying to get the word out. We all know that you need their product to make your car go vroom. They're just looking for favorable coverage, and they get it.
I thought Trump was the problem. If we just got rid of Trump, everything will be okay. We can go back to Barack Obama doing all this stuff. Hopefully we can go back to Barack Obama opening up the Arctic again, making sure there's pipelines underneath our country. That's why there's pipelines. That's why DAPL happened, because of Barack Obama. And now they're taking that's why they're putting fracked gas pipelines underneath aquifers in Florida. Why? Because they want to take the fracked gas and send it out of the country. The Keystone Pipeline, that's not for us. That's to send fossil fuel out of the country to other countries. Do we get paid for that? No. So I just can't wait till we get rid of Trump and then Democrats can start doing this again and everybody shuts up. Wouldn't that be great? I can't wait. Oh, have Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer.
You know, Jimmy,
yep.
Just so you, when I was growing up and Governor Jerry Brown was governor, how many ever, decades ago. He was like the guy that was a part of awareness about keeping our climate.
Yeah, remember that?
Right? So the oil industry has spent more lobbying in California. They have spent over the past 10 years, oil lobbying in California has topped $150 million. And one of the statistics shows that onshore, the number of active oil and gas wells has jumped 23% from 54,000 in 2009, the year before Brown was elected governor, to about 66,000 onshore wells at the end of 2016, according to the Department of Conservation
So
data.
Jerry Brown's very pro of fossil fuel. He's pro fracking.
On Brown's watch, the number of wells drilled and completed in 2014 jumped by 67%.
Wow, Jerry Brown, huh? Getting it done for the oil industry. That's our Democrats. Do you wonder why we have Trump? Trump is the symptom of a effed up system. Jerry Brown is also a big part of that effed up system. Jerry Brown. People used to call him a hippie. Now Jerry Brown's in the pocket of the fossil fuel industry, just like the rest of the Democrats. Just like Tom Perez and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer.
Oh, and that influence is so strong. It's even bled into certain facets of the environmental movement. I mean,
Yes.
I once had someone that they did like a kind of apprenticeship with Al Gore, and it was the funniest conversation I think I've ever had. Well, not the funniest, but it was one of the funnier conversations because this person shamed me for washing my car once every couple of months, and then gave me a sales pitch on how fracking's not that bad.
Ha!
No.
I'm not even embellishing. Because they're getting their information from the corporate improved environmental
I had a debate
message.
with a main show host on the Young Turks about fracking. The main show host was very pro fracking. Mark Thompson and I had to talk him down. And we didn't do it.
Now, Jimmy,
Mark Thompson.
do you think Jerry Brown taking $9.8 million from oil companies would compromise him at all in office?
No, how could it? How could it? I mean, yes, of course. He's completely compromised. He's completely compromised, which is why we don't have single-payer health care and why California's oil drilling is boom underneath his governorship.
It's the all of the above approach. And by all the above, we mean we're going to drill more, but we're going to leave a section on the website about green jobs that we
Yeah.
never plan on implementing.
Yeah.
And the reason why I brought Governor Brown up is because he's all over right now talking, just saying how bad Trump is.
Yeah, I know. They're all doing how bad Trump is, and they're all just as horrible. It's certainly when it comes to this.
You know what, Jimmy? I don't know if they're just as horrible. I think Governor Jerry Brown
It's
is
even
worse.
Right, but it's worse in the sense that because they use the "I'm a Democrat" to cover all the horrible shit they're doing. Oh no, I'm a Democrat. I like you. I'm for abortion. Right?
Well, yeah, it's like that like sentiment I expressed. Like, what's worse, the school bully or the person that pretends they're your friend and then stabs you in the back?
Right, and that's
the person you know is the bully, or the person that like really they're with the bully.
I'd rather fight a wolf in wolf's clothing than a wolf in sheep's clothing, which is what the Democrats are. And so maybe you'll see this story about Trump and oil and everything, and you should be upset about it. But again, don't think the problem ends getting rid of Trump. Trump actually is a hindrance. If they got rid of Trump, they could do all this stuff easier. Trump actually makes us wake up to all the horrible stuff the oil industry is doing and the arms industry. Now people are aware that, oh my God, maybe we shouldn't be selling $100 billion worth of arms and cluster bombs to Saudi Arabia to do illegal surge warfare on Yemen. We shouldn't do that. Well, when Obama did it, we thought it was cool, but now Trump is doing it. Just like with this. No, wait a minute. Jerry Brown did it. Obama did it. We were cool with it. But now we're upset because it's Trump. The definition of Mick resistance. You just don't like a guy who seems rude. You like neoliberalism. You like the oil companies. You like all this shit. That's because of Jill Stein.
Yeah, I mean, despite everything we just said in this clip and how we unpack this whole thing, I will bet both of you a Roma sandwich that there will be at least one comment of somebody like, still support your vote in 2016.
Yes.
Then you still want that Green New Deal that had no chance.
Yes. Yes.
It's a very
And
good
anybody
impression.
bashing Jill Stein just reveals what an amateur they are because and a short-term thinker, because you have to think beyond one election cycle. It's that kind of stupid thinking that got us Trump. That's the kind of stupid thinking. We have to vote for a lesser of two evil. You know, the thing we've been doing for 40 years? And now half the country's poor or low income. 30 million people don't have health care in the richest country in the world. The stock market just cracked 26,000, and half of all wage earners earn less than $30,000 a year. But I'm pretty sure it's Jill Stein's fault. And if we got rid of Trump, everything would be fine, right? What a fucking stupid position that is.